Good afternoon, personal injury doctors. Welcome to today's live stream. It's 4 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. I'm here every Thursday. My name is Mark Slater. Every Thursday at 4 p.m. in this group, we're going to have a live stream talking about the best methods to start growing your personal injury business with massive volume and consistency. So again, I'm Mark Slater with Prime Spine Consulting. I've been a chiropractor since 1998, went to Life College, graduated, started my first PI practice in Birmingham, Alabama, shortly after I graduated, where they told me, you are not going to be successful. No one is going to work with you in personal injury. It's a good old boys network in Alabama. That's where I practiced. But I didn't listen to the naysayers. I pushed through, opened that practice. Before I even opened that practice, I was going around, walking around. This is before the advent of the cell phone. I mean, cell phones have been invented, but they didn't have a screen. It was all analog and push button. The internet wasn't even invented yet. So I was at a huge disadvantage, not knowing I was at a disadvantage because I didn't know what wasn't going to be invented. You understand. So with that said, I knocked on 1,000 doors of residents and businesses around my practice while it was being constructed before it was even open. 1,000 door knocks. I took a survey, wrote some information, wrote everyone's address down. I mailed them in the mail, US mail, not email, thank you notes. And then a week before my office opened, I mailed everyone grand opening letters. So on day one of my practice, full of patients, I was in the black in month one, ended up selling that practice 2 years later for a nice profit to Dr. Flanagan, who's still there. And I opened up, or I bought a practice. It was an existing practice in 2003, a personal injury workers' comp practice. It already had an MD in it, so it was integrated back in, 2003. Oh my God. Back in 2003. So I was out in the field nearly every day, talking to attorneys, MRI reps, surgeons, neurologists, interventional pain doctors, making connections and building relationships. Personal injury is a relationship-driven business. The doctor with the most relationships in personal injury has the biggest practice, has the biggest house, the nicest cars, takes the nicest vacations, and does the most fun things, and has the freedom to do what he wants, because personal injury is lucrative. It's one of the most highest value patient that you can have in your practice. There's no limitations on what you can do as far as your treatments. No one's telling you can only have 10 visits a year, or you can only do 5 modalities, per year. That personal injury, you do what's best for the patient without an insurance company telling you how to be a doctor or run your business or run your practice. So if you hang out with me for about 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you the special that I have going on right now. This new program, the Personal Injury $1 Million Marketing Method. I'm going to share that Personal Injury $1 Million Marketing Method with you in just a few minutes, so just hang out with me here. Well, what is this method all about? Well, there's 3 core drivers to grow personal injury. And I've been doing this for almost 5 years, and I have clients saying, Mark, this is the best thing I've ever done. I wish I started doing this 10, 15 years ago before we even met. I wish I just knew this, because it has changed the trajectory of their practices by implementing these systems. The first one is having a social media plan and a process of making connections on social media with attorneys. All the attorneys that can send you cases are on social media right now. They're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. And all you got to do is connect with them and get in conversations with them. With this thing, right? The power of direct messaging, as opposed to cold calling and email, is the way to go in this digital society in 2022, about to be 2023. So have a social media plan of reaching out to attorneys and having a script, knowing exactly how to get the conversation started and engaging in conversations. Because when you send direct messages, it's conversational, it's back and forth, it's almost immediate, right? You can go back and forth with responses and march them down a funnel until you want to ask a question like, hey, you want to meet for lunch next week? You want to hop on a Zoom call, right? So you can do almost 1,000 of those connections a month on social media. That's what we train my clients. It's $1,000 a month. And I want you to think about something else. It's not just the attorneys that are in your city, right? Let's say you're in Macon, Georgia. Okay, Macon, Georgia is about 85 miles south of Atlanta. All right. Well, if I'm a chiropractor in Macon, yes, of course, I want to connect with all the attorneys that I can find in Macon, Georgia. But the Atlanta attorneys are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to market all over the state of Georgia. So what does that mean? That means that people in Macon are seeing ads from Atlanta attorneys, clicking on their ads, booking a call, booking a free call, having an interview with the attorney, and these attorneys are signing up these clients that live 100 miles away, but they're in your backyard. So if you had a process to meet and reach out and let these attorneys know where you are and you focus on PI, not just in Macon, but Atlanta, Columbus, Savannah. Do you see how this could really explode your practice by creating more and more relationships through social media? It's almost too easy if you learn this skill. Okay, so that's the first pillar. The second one is I can help you hire, train, coach, optimize, and track a full-time marketing liaison for your personal injury practice. This is the best way to grow personal injury, by having a human element, walking in to law firms and urgent cares and primary care doctors and general practitioners and getting in conversations and having them set up Zoom calls and lunches for you, right? But who would make a good marketing liaison? You know, what are the traits and skill sets that they need? Well, I share that with you. I talk about what a unicorn looks like in this position. So you can have the start off, because I hear these, I don't want to call them horror stories, but they hire people in college to do this job, or people with very, very little sales experience or very little knowledge of PI, and it always turns out to be a disaster because these people are not properly trained. They don't know the language of personal injury. They don't know how to talk to attorneys and case managers and paralegals. I help you train a marketing liaison to go out in the field and track them. We give them goals, tell them exactly how many contacts they need to be making per day, how to store all that information in the conversations in a CRM so that when they go and follow up weeks later or months later, they can refer to a CRM and know the first name of the front desk person, the case manager, the paralegal, all the partners, right? So that you don't have to start from scratch every time you walk into a law firm or a doctor's office. You already know who all the players are, and it breeds familiarity. And familiarity is how you build relationships. And relationships are how you build your personal injury practice. Okay, so that's the second pillar, having a highly trained marketing liaison in the field, booking appointments for you with attorneys, whether it's Zoom calls, lunches, tours of your office, while you're busy doing what you do best, taking care of patients in your office. So that's the second pillar. The third one is your communications with these attorneys. How do these conversations need to go? Is it all shop talk? Like, what is said? What are the questions to ask? What's the framework of the conversation, right? Well, I'll tell you, the core framework is knowing your point of differentiation. What makes you different? What makes you stand out to all these attorneys where they have lots of chiropractors approaching them, right? I'm in Atlanta. I mean, you can swing a dead cat on any corner and hit 5 chiropractors. But what's going to keep you from looking like a commodity chiropractor, in other words, a vanilla chiropractor that looks like everybody else, opposed to one that has a point of differentiation, one that sticks out? Is it your diagnosing skills? Is it your clinical excellence? Is that you know how to get max limits through your documentation and your billing and your codes? Like, what is it about you that's going to make me, a personal injury attorney, want to send my clients to you, right? What's your point of differentiation? Think about that. It could be lots of different things. Your clinical excellence, like I said before, or maybe you're the chiropractor to the New England Patriots or the Colorado Avalanche or the Los Angeles Rams, right? Doesn't have to be all business related, but something that's going to make people remember you. Oh, wow, you're the chiropractor for the Rams. That's super cool. I'm a huge Rams fan out here in LA. That's a point of differentiation. Now, I know everyone can't be the chiropractor for the Rams, but you can figure out what your point of differentiation is so that you can stand out in the market with these attorneys. So those are the three core pillars of successful personal injury marketing: a social media plan, a dedicated personal injury marketing liaison in the field every day while you're busy taking care of the patients, and knowing your scripts and how to handle objections and your communications with these attorneys in all of your meetings. Okay, so those are the three core pillars of building personal injury. All right. Now, I'm running a special this week only for the next 3 days. If you're interested in having a chat with me to talk about my new personal injury $1 million marketing method for chiropractors and pain doctors, under this video, reply ready, R-E-A-D-Y, I'm ready. I'll shoot you a private message on Facebook. We'll get on a quick 15-minute call, make sure we're a good fit, understand where you are in personal injury, get to know one another a little bit, and then we can move on from there. But if you want to grow your personal injury practice 2x, 3x, 5x, or more in the next 90 days, this system is going to be for you. This isn't a theory or something I'm trying out. This system was created through trial, error, and years of personal injury marketing obsession. I've spent over $100,000 on courses, books, events, sales trainings, handling objection, and I put all of this in video training. Right? So you can watch videos that will teach you the core tenets of good personal injury marketing, how to hire marketing liaisons, how to train them, role playing with them, how to track them. I set you up. I'll show you how to use a CRM, a customer relationship management tool, so that you know exactly what your marketing liaison is doing every single day in the field while you're busy doing what you do best. But what's different? Well, I'll tell you this. Whether you're just starting out or whether you're a seasoned veteran, or maybe you say your time is limited, can this work for you? Well, yes. I mean, it helps to be proficient in diagnosing injuries and explaining injuries with documented clinical excellence. But, that's not enough. Everyone has 30 minutes a day to devote to the growth of your business, right? I have chiropractors saying, well, they're at $30,000 a month or less, and they tell me they don't have time to grow their business. I have doctors making $200,000 a month, $500,000 a month. I have doctors, getting in the 7 figures per year, multiple 7 figures per year. They've got the time. So if you're making less than $30,000 or $40,000 a month and you say that you don't have the time, you don't have a time problem. You have a priority problem. You are prioritizing non-revenue generating activities ahead of other activities that aren't moving the needle of your practice. So I laugh when people tell me I don't have the time to grow their business, okay? But if you want to have results like Dr. Ehrlich, 28 new PI cases walked into his office in 1 week. Dr. Silvestro here in Atlanta, he went from 12 locations to 19 locations in under 3 years. Dr. Clark in Louisiana, he started with me with 9 PI patients a month. In the next 60 days, and you can reach out to Dr. Scott Clark. He's on Facebook. He's in Lafayette, Louisiana. 92 personal injury patients in the next 60 days. 92 PI patients were in his office in the next 60 days. From the month in where he got 9, he got 62 in the next 60 days. I mean, 92, incredible results. Dr. C, Cunningham in Florida, he was getting less than 5 cases a month. He had a record. He's been with me for about 6 months, 24 new PI patients in a month, all-time record for his practice. My buddy, Dr. Tersh in Southern California, just was having inconsistent months between his 2 locations. Sometimes it was less than 5 PI patients a month. He's now getting 21 new PI patients a week in his 2 locations, okay? So in this program, I'm going to teach you those 3 core tenets: the social media strategy, hiring, training, optimizing, and tracking a marketing liaison, and working on your communications and figuring out how to position yourself in the market for massive success. Okay, so here's what's going to be included in this program. You're going to get a 12-month PI marketing coaching program. I'm going to coach you for 12 months. No digital ad spend, a proven blueprint for easy to follow instructions and actions on your social media. The conversation secrets to get attorneys to want to work with you. Training on hiring and tracking your PI marketing liaison and how to handle any objection an attorney throws at you or your marketing liaison. And you're going to get the benefit of helping higher value patients to increase the revenues of your practice. So that video training that I showed you, lifetime access to the step-by-step core curriculum. All my top training videos are going to be included. Okay. Now, you're going to get 2 live training classes per week, live training with me online. So as you go through my program, there's a live experience. And on those live trainings, we can interact. You can ask me questions. If you're stuck in a video, your marketer had something happen in the field and you want to talk about it and talk through it and find out the best ways to handle that, 2 of those live training classes will be held per week. And they're recorded in case you can't make those live trainings, and I label them what was discussed. So you can search through those trainings and find topics that interest you, and you can consume the content later if you can't make it live. There's going to be a private community where we're going to have higher level conversations with all the doctors in the program. So you can communicate with doctors in Boston, LA, Chicago, Florida, Texas, Oregon, Utah, Washington State. You can communicate with these doctors at the top of their personal injury game who can help you as well, just by being active in the private Facebook community. And based on this new program I'm going to launch, I'm offering a one-time savings of $2,000 until this Sunday, December 4th. You can save $2,000 by taking action before December 4th. So you can type ready underneath this video and I'll reach out to you. But before you do that, I'm going to make this even better for you. I'm going to include these bonuses, these extra things that if you take advantage within the next 4 days, you're going to get this. You're going to get an extra 2 months of live coaching training from me. So instead of 12 months, it's 14 months, an extra 2 months in the program of live training. You're going to get 2 private one-on-one coaching calls, just you and I, coaching, figuring out where you're stuck, where you're weak, where you're strong, and I'm going to help you get to the level that you want. So I'm adding 2 private one-on-one coaching calls if you take action before this Sunday, December 4th. And I'm going to give you a no-risk guarantee. A no-risk guarantee. So what does that mean? If you don't triple the fee within 90 days, I'm going to work one-on-one with you directly until you do. But I'm so confident that this works. You're going to triple my fee probably within the next 30 days. But if you don't do it in 90 days, I'll work one-on-one with you weekly until you do. And then the other bonus is you're going to save $2,000 off the fee before I raise my prices if you take action before Sunday, December 4th. So if you want all my coaching training and all those bonuses, an extra 2 months of live coaching training, 2 private one-on-one calls, the no risk guarantee to triple our fee in 90 days, and an additional $2,000 savings, type ready below this video. I'll reach out to you privately on Facebook. We'll hop on a quick call. I'll give you all the details and we can move forward from there. So I wanted to make this offer so irresistible that if you were thinking about taking action on a marketing plan or a coach, and you were thinking in 2023, man, I really want to focus on personal injury and just explode it to the moon, I'm making this offer irresistible so that you can take action. Over 400 doctors over the past 5 years have put their trust in me to help them with the strategies, habits, and methods to grow a personal injury business. And it's really simple. I'm going to tell you the 2 things that are baked into this program that make it work so well. That's why I know I can put a guarantee on it. Volume and consistency. When you take action with massive numbers, meaning reaching out to massive numbers of attorneys every day, week, and month, and you're consistent, you will explode your practice, just like those guys I talked about earlier in this call. Dr. Brian, Dr. Scott, Dr. Dane, breaking records. I even have, I don't want to get off topic, I have a mastermind program of top doctors making over $50,000 a month and 50 PI patients a month. One of those doctors had an all-time record-breaking month in collections in November. And another doctor, we had this meeting today, he had the highest number of PI patients sent to his one of his locations in 30 days after that first mastermind. So if you ever wanted to double, triple, or 10x your personal injury patient numbers, this is the program for you. So this is going to be by invitation only. Just because you have a credit card with room on it doesn't mean I'm going to accept you as a client. I want to make sure I'm working with clients so I can actually help win big with this new personal injury $1 million marketing method. Okay, so just type ready underneath this video and I'll reach out to you and give you all the information, and we can set up another Zoom call and I'll show you the whole program, go step by step with you, answer all your questions, take as much time as you need to make sure that this is a winning system. So I get text messages from doctors, and imagine being able to send me a text message that you got 24 new PI patients in 1 week from doing this training, right? That makes my heart sing. It really does, right? Doctors calling me, man, when are you sending help? I just had the best month for my 2 clinics. When are you sending help? He was kind of joking, but I said, I apologize. I said, I'm sorry for all your troubles. But just imagine being in that position where you can joke about the volume of PI patients you're getting in the practice, where you're just breaking records, weekly records, monthly records, quarterly records, by having a process of reaching out to a massive amount of attorneys and being consistent. This elicits the compound effect. The compound effect states small, consistent actions lead to big results down the road. For some doctors, it happens very fast. Dr. Clark went from 9 to 92 in 60 days. Dr. C, Dr. Cunningham, it took him a little longer. But there's demographic issues. Not everyone is in the same city. Everyone has different demographics all around the country. But they're all doing the same thing. Massive numbers, they're being consistent, and they just have a framework and a formula to grow their personal injury practice. So type ready below this video if you're ready to grow, if you're ready to stop floundering around, if you're just starting out and really don't know what to do, or if you've been in PI for 10, 15, 20 years and you've just hit that ceiling, right? You're getting this number and it's just going up and down, but it doesn't really go this way. It's just kind of stabilized. Well, this program can radically change your business. So whatever your goals are, you just want to fill up your practice and fill up the schedule of your associates, or you have multiple locations and you want to fill up those locations. This system, this personal injury $1 million marketing method, it's for you. So type ready below this video. I'll reach out. And that's all we have today. I want to thank everyone for attending this live stream. We're here every Thursday inside this personal injury marketing group, the Prime Spine Consulting Personal Injury Marketing Group for chiropractors and pain doctors who want to grow PI. I'm here every Thursday. So again, I'm Mark Slater from Prime Spine Consulting. I hope to hear from you soon. I'm accepting a very small number of doctors with this bonus of the extra time in the program, the one-on-one coaching calls, the no risk guarantee, and saving $2,000. Act today because it ends on Sunday. Type ready. Let's get on a chat. Have a great rest of your Thursday, a great rest of the week, a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.